The deaf and mute community.
Mute. The word mute comes from the Latin mutus, meaning unable to speak. Medical definition of mute is a person who does not speak, either from an inability to speak or unwillingness to speak. The term mute is specifically applied to a person who, due to profound congenital deafness, is unable to use articulate language and so is deaf.
The deaf community is comprised of those deaf and hard of hearing individuals who share a common language, common experience and values, and a common way of interacting with each other with hearing people. Deafness is defined as a hearing impairment that is so severe that a child is impaired in processing linguistic information through hearing with or without amplification.
What is sign language?
Language are language that use visual manual modality to convey meaning. Any means of communication through both bodily movement, especially of hands and arms used when spoken communication is impossible or not desirable.
Why use sign language?
Why use sign language? Sign language is commonly used as the main form of communication for people who are deaf and mute, or hard of hearing, and those who can even speak. However, sign language also have a lot to offer for everyone. First, it is important for deaf and mute people. Sign languages are an extremely important communication tool for many deaf and mute people. Sign languages are the native language of the deaf community and provide full access to communication. Although sign language are used primarily by people who are deaf, they are also used by others such as people who can hear but can't speak. Second is, it is more expensive. Sign languages aren't just about the hands. They are also about the movement of a person's arm, body, and facial expression. Facial expression is sign language can express both emotional and grammatical information. For instance, eyebrows can be raised and lowered to change the structure of a sentence from a statement to a question. So, if you're ever speaking in an expression sign language, make sure your facial expressions are correct, or you could be saying something completely different to what you mean. Plus, with all the extra movement that goes into it, anyone who speaks sign language is probably burning a few calories every time they talk. People who know a sign language are often much better listeners. When using a sign language, a person must engage in constant eye contact with the person who is speaking. Unlike spoken language, with sign languages, a person cannot look away from the person speaking and to continue to listen. This can be an extremely beneficial habit to have for spoken language as well as sign language. By maintaining eye contact in spoken language, it shows that person is genuinely interested in what other is saying.
Advantage and disadvantage.
Advantage of using sign language. Studying ASL promotes better awareness of and sensitivity to the deaf and hard of hearing community. As someone proficient in ASL, you will develop a strong appreciation for deaf culture, and you can promote understanding and acceptance of the language among others. There are 5 of the most benefits of learning sign language. First of all, stronger bond between parents and infants. Second, improve spatial reasoning. And third, enhance ability to interpret body language. Fourth, better reaction times and peripheral vision. And last of all, long-term cognitive benefits of learning sign language.
Disadvantages of using sign language. Sign language requires the use of hands to make gestures. This can be a problem for people who do not have full use of their hands. Even seemingly manageable disabilities such as Parkinson's can be a major problem for people who must communicate using sign language.